Hey folks, I'd say let's give it a few more minutes, see if someone else joins.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, by the way, the meeting started as soon as I joined now. Or maybe it started and then I was able to join without Vishnu or you starting it, Niladri. I can't remember if we had made any changes to the meeting, but it's good.
So I found it on my calendar. Uh, is the link active? That if you remember, we had an issue with the link not working on the
I
video.
think yes, I think it is active because
Okay.
yesterday I was trying to find for tag storage or rather, infrastructure meeting links, and I couldn't find any, but I saw that OpenEBS was scheduled for today. So I
I
didn't
see.
try the link directly, but at least on the calendar we're there.
Okay, I see that the link works for me on the OpenEBS README. Yes.
Okay, so it must be working then.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, and no, there's no tag storage meetings because
Yes.
there's no
Uh,
tag storage at all now. So
that's very exciting. Yeah.
yeah, then need to see what's gonna happen. I guess maybe they'll have some, infrastructure, whatever it's called. It's infrastructure, isn't it? And then
Uh,
storage is one of the sub projects. So there'll probably be a sub project meeting or something. Yeah, guess we'll see. All right, so Vishnu joined, and
Hi,
looks like
folks.
today we've got a empty house.
We did
Everyone's
announce,
enjoying
right,
the
on this
sun.
new link.
Oh, damn! Did we not
No, I
announce it?
think we did. I thought we did. Just want to check.
Um,
I am going to check if the link on the README is the new one. Community meeting. This is the Linux Foundation one. Yeah, we haven't announced it, I suppose. That makes sense. Folks might have a different event on their calendars already. They might not know that there's a new event. Yeah. I suppose we could start the recording and start off with the announcement for a new community meeting link. Suppose that helps in spreading the news.
I'll send a message on OpenEBS as well on the Slack channel.
Yeah, recording is already in progress. I think that's fine.
Makes sense.
What happened? Mohammed dropped. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so we can get started, right? I mean, I think, probably the release
Yeah.
announcement and then the planning for the next release is what we'll have to touch upon. Okay, so maybe I can talk about the release. So, OpenEBS 4.3 got released, I think probably last week, and one of the major features was encryption for the replicated engine, which is Maya Store. And on top of that, there were a lot of stability, security, as well as reliability features. There were a few of the bug fixes that were contributed by the users, and at the same time, there were issues found and fixed uh, within the due to the internal testing as well. So overall, it was a great release. The release notes, I think, has already been shared. Let me quickly check. You can try to paste the release notes here on the chat. Yeah, it. Just going to paste it on the chat here. All right. Yeah, so looking at these notes, I can realize that in addition to encryption, there were so many other major fixes as well. Especially, um, we got a unified kubectl OpenEBS plugin, which was earlier not having Maya store commands in it. So now the Umbrella plugin has support for Maya store commands along with NVM, ZFS, and most path. Plus, I think this new plugin has been rewritten in Rust from the as compared to the other plugin which was in Golang. Likewise, we also did a modification or eased our upgrade process. Earlier, it used to be a two-step upgrade process if OpenEBS Umbrella included Maya store, but now we are able to upgrade it in a single step itself. Plus, we also extended the supportability dump or the support bundle collection capabilities to the entire OpenAPI stack. Earlier, the capability was existing only for Maya but now it's available for all the engines. Yeah, I think there were some more enhancements on Maya with respect to IPv6 support and volume height information changes and all. So overall, it was a great release, I would say. Mm, and there were also fixes and enhancements done of the local PV, ZFS, LVM, and host path as well. You can refer to the complete release notes for more details. That's with respect to the release. Anything else that anyone would like to add?
I
Tiago
think,
or Niraji?
yeah, I think we were able to release a new version of raw file as well. I think Tiago or Mohammed could highlight what all went into that one. But that's
Yeah.
also a recent release we made.
Yeah. Yeah, so you released the raw file 0.10, which is kind of the actual first release that we have with raw file as a Helm chart. So previously people would have to kind of check out the repo and install the Helm chart or set up their own YAMLs. So I think this should, help kind of get more people trying it out and also giving us more confidence on the raw file itself as a project. So we updated the documentation a little bit, though I think we could still do a little bit better, but baby steps. I think we've changed the configuration of the repo itself. We added helpful things like pre-commit hooks, dependabot alerts, and automatic PRs. We've reset up finally the CI from Travis to GitHub Actions, and we've added quite a few bug fixes, and also we introduced the block mode support, since we only had the file system support previously. And we're still doing other tasks such as refactoring the file system support using a better interface. And once that's done, I hope that we also tackle the volume restores, which is still missing. So at the moment we have snapshots for Btrfs, but we don't have volume restores. And one small change that to me made a big difference was the graceful termination of the pods. That makes the development cycle a lot nicer. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, I'd say. Don't know if Mohammed wants to highlight anything else.
Yeah, I think Mohammed's mic is probably not working, so he may not be able to speak on the call.
Okay.
One more thing I remember, I think we were able to add BDD tests to the raw file CI. Yeah.
Right, that's right, yes. So we're running some of the Kubernetes end-to-end tests, but I did notice that there were quite a few. One, that there was a few things missing from the tests, or at least they were passing, and they weren't testing certain things. And also, it's a little bit difficult to do iterations because the end-to-end tests take a very long time to complete. So Muhammad wanted us to have a faster, like sort of a smoke test that we could quickly check, are these changes sane or not? So that's what I added, some small smoke tests. So it's very quick to run, takes about 5 minutes, I think. And they should be testing all the very basic functionality.
Apart
Hey,
from
hey
the
guys, this is Dave. I know that Canonical was a big community user of RawFile, right? And so do we know if they contributed back any of their code yet?
No, they don't have any code changes per se, Dave. I don't think. It's mostly around how they build the images and how they build the Helm charts. In terms of functionality, I don't think they have any difference. They did contribute a, I guess, report and contribute a security vulnerability.
Well, that's good. That's cool.
And yeah, that's fixed, and it was released as part of 0.10. So it also means that we did not release that vulnerability because we weren't releasing the Helm chart previously. So
Cool. And then from a community perspective, Canonical is probably the largest user of RawFile. Are they shipping the latest version 10, or they ship their own version?
no, they ship their own version.
Okay.
I think it's probably a good time to inform them of this and ask them if they can use this 0.10 version.
Yeah, it'd be good if from a community perspective, since that if they could ship that latest version.
Another bit of exciting update. I remember we have, I think, marked the the pool cordon feature implementable. I think Tiago is spending some time working on it, I think also. So I suppose
Yes.
that's
Yes,
going to
that's
come?
right. Yes, I will have to amend the implementation of the document a little bit. But yes, it's well in progress, and it's you can test it out at the moment from my branch, and it's working well. So I think this is going to be one of the functionality that will be required for us to implement drain, so that we'd be able to drain pools or drain everything out of a pool, basically, which will be useful for deleting pools gracefully, and moving disks to other nodes and things like that. So stopping scheduling of new replicas in pools and being able to drain a pool is one of the big stepping stones to get there. I think with that in place, we'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff.
All right.
I think another note on the latest version that we released, both of MyStar and OpenEBS, we now have updated the Loki.
CSI. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So previously we were
Loki,
using
CSI.
Loki stack. Sorry, go ahead, Vishnu.
No, Tiago, I think you're updating it well. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we were using local stack, Loki stack, which has been deprecated, and we're falling a little behind. So now we are deploying Loki with its new configuration that uses also Alloy as the scraper, and it is a little bit more flexible because it allows us to configure redundancy for the actual logs. So you can still configure Loki with just with a file system, but it's a single replica. So if you lose that node, you don't have access to the logs. And this was fine for most cases, but lately there has been a few situations lately where folks, they lose one of the nodes and it just so happens to be the node with the logs. So now with Loki using MinIO, you can configure it with MinIO. So using an object store as the backend, and that allows it to run in a sort of distributed fashion with multiple copies of the data. So even if you lose one node, we can still get access to the logs. So I think, yeah, that's also pretty major for me, because it's making supporting a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Which also
you
goes in
mentioned
combination with what you said, Vishnu, or Niladri. I can't remember who was that. Now we have the kubectl plugin for the OpenEBS umbrella chart, which allows us to collect logs and objects for all of the components of OpenEBS, not just MyStar.
That's right. Yes.
But yeah, if you haven't tested that one, yeah, please do, and let us know if there's any issues, or if you like it, you can let us know as well.
Yeah, and we have also upgraded the CSI drivers, right? I think we are probably using the latest one now, 1.11.
Yes, I can't remember if we're using the absolute latest or maybe one behind. But yeah, we are on the, if not at the tip, almost at the tip of the bleeding edge. So we have noticed a few differences compared to the previous versions, where some of the sidecars, when you first install, some of the sidecars seem to crash a couple of times. So I think Abhinandan was chasing on Slack, see if there's any indications of, why is this happening? Is it a bug on the newer versions, or have they changed how they do things? So it doesn't affect the functionality per se, but if you install or if you restart the pod, you might see a few container restarts. But yeah, that's really the only thing. It will work just as well as it did previously.
Yeah, and this also gets the support for volume group snapshots, right? I think
Yes.
where
Yes.
it's now stable, so we could probably include that in one of the future versions of OpenEBS.
Yes. Yes. That was one of the reasons to start updating the CSI, so that we can start implementing some of the newer features.
Right. And
Hey,
I think
quick question for the community is the status of raw files still experimental, or has that changed?
It's still experimental. So I don't think there's any particular reason to mark it as experimental. I don't think we've had any bad feedbacks. At the same time, we didn't really get much feedback, and I think mostly because we haven't really advertised raw file. We never had a Helm chart available. So, at least from my point of view, the way I see it is let's start making it more available, advertising it more as part of OpenEBS, and then hopefully we can start collecting some feedback from folks. And then I think that's the path for us to removing the experimental. Because we do know that it is used in a couple of companies anyway as production, so there isn't like a specific reason why it's marked as experimental, other than it's perhaps not stable enough yet in terms of users, but there's no big bug or anything wrong with it per se.
yeah, and also I think probably it is time to include it as a part of the or make it a first class citizen of OpenEBS, right? We should be able to install it from the Helm chart and all.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we'd probably like to do before we do that, I had discussed with Mohammed, is update the Kubernetes client library that we use there to the official Kubernetes client for Python, and then maybe get the file system refactoring done. And I think after that, yes, we'd probably be in a good place to start adding it to the OpenEBS umbrella. And
Okay.
hopefully start letting people, have a play with it, and yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. If there's no real reason for it to be experimental, that might actually be kind of contributing to a little bit of lack of adoption, maybe, or whether people should try it or adopt it. If we don't need it to be tagged as experimental anymore, then that might. I'm just thinking it might help get more adoption if we change it, or the sooner we change it, give the community a bit more confidence that it is ready.
Yeah, maybe we can set it as a milestone for version, I guess 4.4 of OpenEBS. See if we can complete the file system and the Python client change.
Is
If
the
we
file
can, that's
system
fine. But yeah,
the file system refactoring is that what are the key things happening there? Is it just tidy up, or is it actual feature capability
yeah,
change?
it's mostly as a tidy up of the code base.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe we should finish that and then remove the experimental tag.
Yeah, the community might appreciate that if it's ready to be changed, then that might give it. We might see a change in adoption, or usage, and people actually trying it out.
Yeah. Oh yes, and the logging. I wasn't having a look at the chat. Yes, the other thing is, I think definitely before we add it to the umbrella, yes, we need to improve the logging, because supporting raw file at the moment is a little bit tricky.
Right. And
so
then
we
on
definitely
that
need more logging.
On that topic, I think raw file doesn't have any telemetry, right? So we don't know how many people, how frequently it gets installed and deleted and such. Is there?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it would be good to get that in as well.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Then we could track, or where the community would know how how well used it is, and what the size of their community is.
Yeah. It'll also give us more confidence if we see that, there's a lot of folks using it that, and perhaps not a lot of issues raised against it once they start using it. Yeah.
Well, that would be interesting.
That's gonna be a good thing.
Yeah, and this community-wise would be interesting, because if Canonical pick up the latest version, or when they eventually pick up the latest version, and if that version has telemetry in it, then everybody would get a very good feel for the
Oh,
level
I'm sure they would disable it.
Yeah, they probably would. I'm thinking they probably would, but yeah, they probably would.
Yeah. I think lately a lot of these folks are just disabling telemetry outright, which it's very understandable. I also
Yeah.
do that sometimes, but yeah, it just makes it a little bit difficult to grasp. Is this getting any traction, or anything wrong with it? Why aren't we getting more traction on this? Yeah, it's difficult to answer those questions.
Yeah. Okay. One other update is on the OpenEBS application for incubation. We now have a reviewer. So Alex Sherkop will be reviewing the application, and I just reached out to him asking if he needs any help or any information from our side. So he said he will reach out to us in case if he needs any help. So that's one positive update on the incubation application. Hopefully, he should get time to review that application and then reach back to us seeking any feedback or any help, and hopefully things should move on faster now. But at the same time, there is like a lot of restructuring and reorg happening within CNCF, so maybe that's also contributing to some delays here in this process.
Who is that? Who was that person?
Alex Sherkop.
Oh, Alex. Yeah.
And one thing that I was told when I met him during KubeCon was we need to have more adoption interviews set up for the replicated local PB, which is Maya Store, which means like we need more hands-on deck from our users who feel comfortable in discussing their use case with the CNCF. So this is going to be totally anonymous if they wish. So the process is the users will share their data, like their email address, with us, and we will inform CNCF that they are a user of Maya Store, and CNCF will actually reach out to them and ask them about their experience about the product, and so on and so forth. And based on uh, that discussion, CNCF will actually decide whether or not to incubate OpenEBS. So it will be good to get more adoption stories on that front from our users who are using Maya Store. So I think we have been trying to reach out to multiple folks and see if they can help us with that. For now, we have a couple of user adoption stories, but we need more. So yeah, I would just request everyone to still keep reaching out to our users and see if they are willing to share their stories with CNCF.
Yeah, what might help here is if because that's a community related thing, is if we try to do a bit more with the community and try to like get these community meetings going and have more members participate, then that word would get out, right, a lot more to a lot more people, and we would help. It would potentially find more community members that want to talk to us about it, rather than having to hunt down the individuals.
Yes, Dave,
Yeah.
I agree. By the way, I see Alex ST has joined the call. Welcome, Alex. Good to see you on the call. Do you want to give a quick intro?
Thank you.
Is there anything that you would like to share with us, Alex? Maybe if you're speaking, you are on mute.
Sorry, I'm here.
Yeah. So, like, thanks for joining, Alex. If you are comfortable typing on the chat, you could do it as well. Yeah.
I think he dropped.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is there anything else to be discussed? Okay, I think there's not much to be discussed then. Probably we can end this call. Tiago, Dave.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
Everyone.
guys. Thanks.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.